if we look at the general model for human resource management, we see those steps. Number one, you need to have some organizational and a strategy and a structure. So at the beginning, if your business is developing and you're making your plan, and if you remember in the planning chapter, we talks about how you need to have a strategic plan, where you want to be in the long run. Based on that objective, you want to set your human resource objective as well. So that's where it starts. When human resource management starts from where you want to be in the next 5 years. Then if you want to be in 5 years in this type of direction, then you have your organization built in that direction. So let's say in the future, if you're a bank and in the future you want to have more mobile payments, then you're going to establish a mobile payment type of department. And based on the organization and the department you created, then you need to have a human resource strategy that is going to have people who are ready to be in the mobile payment department, right? Because you know that you will expand in that direction. So you want maybe people who are more technology oriented, or more people who are well expert in how mobile will work, or you want that type of mentality that will work not just in the mobile payment, but maybe in customer service, right? You want people in the customer service who are very familiar with the technology, because you know that's your strategy. If your bank is not in that direction, you have a bank that is in the direction of providing services to very micro finance segments. So you want people who are going to deal with people who have small businesses and they need small loans. Then maybe you want to hire people in your customer service, not technology oriented, rather people oriented. People who are easygoing, people who are flexible, people who are like outdoor. They like to go to these customers and talk to them face to face rather than in the office. Do you see how the strategy will make a determinant on how you want your people to be hired? So after you have, you decide where your organization is going, you see where your human resource is going, then you need to do this recruitment and selection. Now, when you recruit and select people, you guys know what's recruitment? Recruitment is when you make an announcement saying, I have jobs available. Which one is better? If you have a new job, you go and you check with your neighbors who wants to get a job and you hire them. Or maybe you want to go and make a big announcement saying, I'm hiring, and then people can apply to you. Or do you want to go to a special headhunting company and you tell them, hey, look, I've got this job and I want you to headhunt. So, yeah, so depending on what job and what the headhunter can do for you, you want to pursue. But the idea of recruitment and how you do it. Sometimes you don't want to hire for top positions from outside the company. You want to hire for the top position jobs from inside. So people inside, they can grow. This is maybe a strategy by some HR companies or some HR departments in companies. Some companies, they don't like this. They like to get the top people from outside. So they bring up new ideas and they kind of reshuffle the organization, top bottom. But in all the cases, if you are going to recruit, you kind of need to think about it. You don't hire just anyone who is walking by. You don't wait for people to come to you and say, hey, do you have a job? And you tell them, hey, yeah, maybe I need you for a job. Rather, you want to plan it. You want to say, next year we need to have 3 people. So we're going to announce. And then based on that announcement, people apply. Maybe you go through the CVs. You choose the best one for you. You see? So those are, strategies you want to kind of think about. It's more of a plan.
Sometimes maybe it will be mixed between the external.
Maybe you want to mix it, but the idea is you need to have a plan. It's not that it just comes spontaneous. And we will look into how you go with the proceed model.
Sorry, I mean to get the chance or priorities for the employees inside.
Maybe, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. You want to hire inside, you develop, improve, or you want to get from outside. It's a strategy that you want to make. But the idea is that you need to plan it. You see, and the more it's planned, the more it's proper, and the more it's become effective. Okay.
Who's in charge for this?
HR.
Higher management.
HR, HR department. Depending on the organization size, if your company is 10 people, maybe the manager or the general manager is the guy who recruits. You see, if you're a company of 5,000 people, then probably you have an HR department that has 30 people in it, whose their job is to do this hiring.
In some companies, HR doesn't have any effectiveness within the whole.
That's another issue. That's another issue.
Centralization, maybe. They're just going with the flow.
That's another. See, we're talking about it's different from one organization to the other, but we're talking about how normally the practice of human resource management should be done. Yeah, this is how it should be done. Okay, that's why you also may join some of these society of human resource managers, and you kind of discuss some of the practices that they do, because some practices they become more common in certain areas than others. After you do the recruitment and selection, we go to the next step, which is performance appraisal. So you hired people, they start to work. Now it's important at the end of the year that you do evaluation. This evaluation is very important because it keeps everyone on the new scale. Everyone know how they have done. If people just work and no one tells them you're doing a good job or you're doing a bad job, they don't care. But if they know that at the end of the year there is an evaluation, then they know that they have to do a good job and they know that they have to improve so that next time their evaluation comes, they do a better job.
I think the evaluation is very important to find out weaknesses and strengths.
Exactly. So evaluation kind of help people or managers understand where is the weakness. Based on that weakness, you improve. After you do the performance appraisal, that's when you have to do training. Because if the performance appraisal says, you're not doing a good job in this area, then what's the best thing to do? Send them for training. So they get training in order to learn how to do it better, and they come back ready. Yes. Yeah, you have to train people so they do a better job. If you don't train them, how do you think they will improve? You see, sometimes you send them for training, and training can be in different. We'll talk more about types of training. But there are some training that you go outside, some trainings that will go inside. Sometimes you need to have a tailored training inside. You may have to have peer-to-peer training where you have to have someone is going to train other employees inside the company, and then after the training, you hope you get the desired results. So the right number of appropriate skilled people in the right jobs at the right time. And then during those 3 steps, we have to identify and solve any human resource problems. So there will always be a problems with human resource. Some people they have an attitude problem, how to fix them. Some people they have training is not working with them. You need to solve the problem. Any questions on the general model for human resource management? Okay.